Good morning and happy Sunday. Welcome to Wasaatch Weekends. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. On today's show, we've got Park City Film telling us all about the latest and greatest opportunities and films that they are showing. Plus, Kimball Junction, they are getting a refresh and a rebrand at the Park City outlets. I had a conversation with the marketing director of Ignite Retail. Very exciting news. And then the St. Regis, we're taking a tour of all of the things that they have to offer. So before we get started, let's take a look at today's weather. Well, I'm very excited about this next conversation because earlier in the week, I spoke with the Director of Marketing at Ignite Retail Partners, who is behind the refresh and the rebranding of the Park City outlets. Let's take a look at that conversation. Now, welcome back to our show. I am so excited with our next guest because it is part of a very cool initiative and rebranding in the Kimball Junction area. Joining me today is the Senior Vice President of Marketing with Ignite Retail Partners, who is really pushing forward this brand new initiative down in the outlets section of Kimball Junction. I've got Tom Schneck with me today. Tom, how are you this morning?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thrilled that you're here because the outlet space is such a great space, but you've really done a great job recently of bringing in some better lunch options, faster, convenience food restaurants. I don't know how you would brand the Chipotle or the Jersey Mike's that is there, but let's talk about this brand new venture.
Sure. So Outlets Park City has been around for about 35 years, and it's time for us to refresh the center and update everything from our stores to the physical structure of the shopping center to adding new amenities. So, the big initiative we actually started last year in 2023, where we added Chipotle, Jersey Mike's, The Buckle, and Pro Image Sports. We're continuing this year. We'll be doing a refresh of all the storefronts on the lower level of the center, and we're also adding a bunch of new stores. Some of the stores that we're adding are not outlets. So we're going to hybridize the center. So we'll have both full price retailers, outlets, food and restaurants, convenience and service amenities. So the community will be able to think of us more than just an outlet shopping center. We'll still have some of your great favorite outlets there, like J. Crew and Eddie Bauer and Columbia, but there'll be a lot more other retailers right alongside them.
Oh, it's just going to be a beautiful space. I've seen some of the renderings of the outdoor spaces and the common areas as well. So it's going to be a neighborhood within itself. Very exciting. So let's talk about the branding. So there's a refresh and there's also a rebrand coming down the pipe.
Yeah. So as a part of our refresh, which goes from now, we basically started a few weeks ago. We're replacing every facade on all the storefronts. Some of them have been aged by the snow and the great weather we have for skiing in the Park City area. So we are refreshing the wooden siding to replace it with cement siding. And then when we're completed, which will be this fall, we will actually officially rename the property to Junction Commons. You can still go to Outlets Park City. The websites will connect together, but we will rebrand to better represent who we are as a shopping center going forward.
That's wonderful, and I know that you've hired Salt Lake City contractor Elevation Construction. So tell me a little bit about that and the partnership, because it's going to be a massive project.
Yeah, it's going to be, there's going to be over 50 guys there throughout the course of the construction process. Everyone from painters to laborers to cement workers. They're doing a lot of work. I can't wait to I'm getting there in 2 days. Haven't been there in a few weeks. So they're doing a lot of work. You'll see that on the right-hand side of the property where Chipotle and Jersey Mike's are, all the storefront facades are already ripped down, scaffolding's up, and they'll continue to work their way around the circle until they get to the Under Armour space.
Wonderful. And all of the retailers will remain open throughout this construction process.
Yep, every single store will remain open.
That's great. Now, you mentioned that you're bringing in new retailers, so it won't just be the outlets as well. And what is that? And tell me about the new rebranding as you continue to partner with these bigger retailers.
Sure. So one of the biggest retailers we have that's coming this fall, it'll be our last retailer that will open this year, is Ulta Beauty. We're really excited. There'll be a full price store. It'll be one of the first makeup and beauty options up on the mountain. So we're really excited about them opening.
I can tell you, I'm personally excited about that one.
I've heard a lot of feedback from many female friends in the Park City area that they're thrilled that they don't have to go down the mountain to go shopping at Ulta Beauty.
Game changer.
It'll be great for tourists as well, that we'll be able to get that last minute thing that they forgot from Ulta Beauty. We're also bringing Bullfrog Spas that will open later this month. And then we also opened a collection of local retailers. Blue Sky Nomads, the Christian Center of Park City has opened a store called Summit Exchange. It's one of their gently used donation stores that you can find everything from skis to clothing to household goods. We'll be opening a store later this August called Locals, which is a Utah native local store. It's kind of a consignment store, if you will. There's a whole spice section, there's holiday decor, there's housewares and other gift items in there. So it's different local makers that all combine together to this great new store.
Oh, that's wonderful. I know that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on in Park City is that, we are a world-class destination, but we also have such a strong sense of community. So I love that you over at Ignite are also making sure that that kind of stays within our community mindset. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, we thought that was really important to bring and show off what Park City is and show all the great artisans and makers that have their own products right there in Park City. So we really like to show that off, especially for the international and the out of town guests that coming to visit the Park City community. We want them to be able to take a piece of Park City home with them.
I love that, and that's outside of getting all of the T-shirts and the ornaments that are on Main Street. So Tom, that's excellent. So tell us, what can we expect to find more information to kind of keep track of the retailers that are coming in and the construction as it happens?
Sure. So if you just go to outletsparkcity.com, and there's actually a refresh page right on our homepage that will show you all the latest and greatest things that are happening. There are newest stores, they're all listed there as well, and it'll tell you when they're opening. You can also explore our new website. We just launched the new website in March of this year.
Wonderful. Well, Tom, congratulations. I know it's going to be exciting. You're going to be busy, that's for sure.
Very busy.
We cannot wait to see it. I know it's really going to add an elevated level of just world-class hospitality in our Park City Mountains. So we appreciate it.
We're thrilled. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We'll be right back with more right after this break. The St. Regis certainly is a luxurious staple in our community. Julio continues to give us a tour of all of the things that they have to offer.
Josephine, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. A pleasure to meet you, and thank you for greeting us here. We are officially at La Stellina, which is the St. Regis Italian restaurant.
Yep.
So I'm the chef de cuisine down here at La Stellina. I oversee the menu and all the kitchen staff. Our dining is kind of family style Italian. Kind of want the New York Italian feel, traditional stuff, and yeah, big family dining.
I love the family dining experience. Would you look at this, Chef Joe? prepared some of the Las Salinas, is it spring summer menu?
Spring summer menu, yep.
items. Joe, thank you so much for preparing
Yeah.
these. Tell me a little bit about what we're seeing here on the table today.
Okay, so right here we have our house-made Parmesan gnocchi with a Parmesan cream sauce,
Okay.
spring vegetables. This is our stone fruit and tomatoes with Caputo's handmade burrata from Salt Lake.
Love it.
And then this is fava beans and Neiman Ranch lamb leg with a house gremolata on top.
Oh my gosh, it all looks so delicious. You made this freshly in the kitchen, so fast. I was kind of amazed at how fast you were able to prepare these dishes, and I'm so excited to try. Before I dig in, Joe, tell me a little bit about the meaning behind the name Las Salinas.
So Las Salinas in Italian means little star.
Little
This
star.
is the little star of St. Regis.
Yes, and as we were mentioning it is kind of one of the newer additions
Yes.
to the dining experience here at the St. Regis, so I think the name is quite fitting.
Yeah.
Little Star, La Salina. I'm so excited to try these, Joe. Thank you so much for preparing these.
Yeah.
And everyone, if you're in St. Regis, come down to La Salina. You won't want to miss out all of these delicious dishes, so
Enjoy.
don't mind me. Thank you. That's delicious. Wow. We have made our way back to the upper level of the St. Regis here in Deer Valley, and we are inside the St. Regis bar currently with Josh, who did the little champagne sabering earlier. And Josh, we're back inside the bar. Tell me a little bit about what happens in here and a little bit about your signature drink, the Bloody Mary that we have here today.
So here at the St. Regis, we are obviously in the main lounge bar, which is the St. Regis bar. There's obviously St. Regis across the globe, and this being the main specific one here at Deer Valley. This is where we curate to a lot of the guests that come in. Obviously, during winter season, we're dealing with a lot of high volume, especially the amount of skiers that come in on a daily basis, and also the summer local crowd during the summer season as well. So just speak a little bit more about the tradition. Obviously, we did the champagne sabering, and one of the other traditions that takes place across the globe is the Bloody Mary, which is vitalized at each and every St. Regis property. Ours being a little bit different, it is the 7452 Bloody Mary, which kind of encompasses the elevation that we're at currently, 7452. Just to go a little bit deeper into the drink itself, it comes with a little bit of a wasabi and green apple spuma right on the top, and our house-made Bloody Mary mix with a little pipette that has a little bit of Tabasco and Worcestershire sauce, just to increase a little bit of spice as well. So just our main one, just a huge hit amongst a lot of our guests, and people do keep coming back day in and day out for it. So,
And I love that every St. Regis kind of has its own little take on the Bloody Mary. This one being the 7452, is that right? That's right on the elevation. Josh, I want to talk a little bit about as well the mural that's right behind us, because I know that's also quite a staple and it has a little bit of meaning behind it. So tell me about it.
So Park City being a mining community, so this kind of encompasses that. This was prepared by a painter named Philip Bile in 2009, just as when we opened. So as you can see right behind us, a couple miners here and there, and there's a few stories to each and every one of them. One of them being the one with the canary. Obviously in the mining stations, they send canaries down to see how toxic the air can be.
Yeah.
So that kind of showcases that as well. So little hints here and there. And one thing that guests do quite notice is the fact that one of them watches them across the room. So wherever you stand, at whichever point in the bar itself, you can notice that one miner's looking right at you. So a little bit of a hint over there as well.
Yeah, a very unique experience here at the St. Regis bar. And if you haven't checked them out yet, come try the Bloody Mary for yourself. And I'm going to do a little cheers for everyone back at home as we continue our adventure here at the St. Regis. Ladies and gentlemen, and just like that, we've concluded our dining experience tour here at the St. Regis Deer Valley. What a fortunate experience we've had today, and how lucky I feel to have been a part of this experience. And we hope that everyone back at home enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, come up to Deer Valley, St. Regis for an unforgettable experience. Joining us back again, Scott. Thank you so much for providing this experience for us today and showing us a little bit about what you all do here.
Our pleasure.
And all the dining opportunities. I think it's great.
Yeah. Here at the St. Regis, we pride ourselves on fine dining, that the menu reflecting the locally, resources here. And, we got some great specials coming on doing right now during the summer. We got a burger and beer special. So if any of you locals are around here, we got a corkage fee special, a waived corkage, and if you'd love to have you up here if you wanted to come check it out.
Scott, if folks want to learn more about all the dining experiences or just the St. Regis in general, where can they go?
They can go to marriott.com/slcxr or srdvdining.com. Those are kind of where you can find our dining and everything from our specials to our restaurants to all the experiences here that we just went through.
Awesome, Scott. Thank you so much.
Thank
It's been
you.
an absolute pleasure. And with this beautiful backdrop, the pool is down there as well. We're gonna send off today's episode. Thank you so much for everything again, Scott.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all here on the next one.
And let's not forget Park City Film, a staple in our community. They are doing all kinds of great things throughout the summer and beyond. So let's take a look at that conversation with Katie Wang.
Summer is in full swing, and as always, our friends at Park City Film continue offering film screenings throughout the entire summer for the entire family to enjoy. And joining us as every week is Executive Director Katie Wang to give us this week's update. Katie, how are you doing? How's your summer going?
It's going well, fast as always. I feel like
Fast, yes.
summer in the mountains just kind of goes right by. As soon as
I
the
know.
4th of July comes, it's like, we're on the downswing, but it's been
Exactly.
great.
We always
it's been
try to,
fun.
try to squeeze as much as we can into the summer and enjoy as much of it as we can because, as you said, it does kind of just fly by. So tell me a little bit about 2 film screenings for this week. Tell me what we've got going on.
So we've got the return of our Studio Ghibli Film Festival. So this is films that we're showing throughout the summer, studying the artistry and just majesty of Hayao Miyazaki's work as brilliant master of anime.
Yes.
We'll have 2 screenings every month. And so we're back this month with Spirited Away on Tuesday, the 23rd. That's at 7 o'clock. And this is the film that won him his first Academy Award. He since won another Academy Award this past year for The Boy and the Heron.
Yes.
And it's just an incredible story. Basically, it's about a young girl and her family, and they're moving, and on their way to their new home, they stop off in this kind of abandoned forest, and they end up in this village where no one seems to be there, but they find some food, and her parents start eating, and then they turn into pigs, and suddenly she's whisked away into the spirit world, into a spa, basically, where spirits go to revive themselves, and she's under the spell of this witch that's managing everything, and she has to figure out how to get out and how to save her family. But it's just this incredible story, kind of this existential journey about, life and death. And, as many of Hayao Miyazaki's works, anime, I think, or animation in this country is often, designated to the realm of children. It's like, it's simple. It's kind of an very simple storyline. And in his world, and in anime in general, I would say it's much more complex. So this is a film that you can enjoy as a young film lover, as someone, that's much more mature and has seen many films. I mean, it is definitely a film for all ages. And we're really thrilled that we're having Dr. Susan Napier from Tufts University, and she is the U.S. expert in Miyazaki, coming to speak to us after the film. She's spoken at many Ghibli film festivals, of course, given her work, but she's just coming out with a new book that compares the contrasts the animation of Disney with Miyazaki. Disney animators took a lot of inspiration from Miyazaki, but their storylines certainly are very different in terms of how they treat children, how they Miyazaki wants to really provoke you right? Make you think about how does the world work? Like what is, some more complex ideas than I think we're often used to in Disney storylines. So that's really exciting. And tickets are selling fast to that. So if you do want to come see that show, please get your tickets now at parkcityfilm.org. And we do want to thank Catherine Valle from Summit Sotheby's, who's the underwriter for that particular screening, for her support.
Awesome. Well, that's Spirited Away, screening on July 23rd at 7 p.m. And as Katie mentioned, a conversation to follow, so you won't want to miss out and get your tickets because they are selling fast now. Katie, I also know that you guys will be screening Brave, which is also, I think, a family favorite. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, so Brave, and now we're going back to the realm of Disney.
Yes.
But this is a great story. If you haven't seen Brave yet, we're going to be in Hoytsville. This is our partnership with North Summit Unite, where we're trying to engage our community on the east side of Summit County and invite folks, certainly create something that's fun for people who live on the east side to enjoy a film under the stars at 7 o'clock. We're using an LED screen so we can start before the sun sets, but also to invite folks that are on the west side, or maybe you're just visiting Summit County, to explore a different part of the community that maybe they've not been to before. Yeah. So Brave is a film that we selected just because it has such a great storyline that you can, again, often see in animated films. But it's Princess Merida, who's determined to create her own path in life and not follow the normal Disney, princess trope. But she must discover the true meaning of bravery to save her mother and the future of her family from an ill-fated wish. So that'll be at 7 o'clock on Thursday, the 25th in Hoytsville. There are free food trucks as well, thanks to Summit County Health, our partnership with them. So come a little bit early. We're starting food trucks at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So you can get some free food with your family, have a dinner, a meal with your friends and family, and then settle in and see a great film under the stars. And as I mentioned, it'll start at 7, so before dark. Bring a low back chair, a blanket to sit on, but it'll be nice and warm out there in Hoytsville. And it's just look at our website for directions on how to get there if you're not familiar with that area, but it's right by the church and the little park that's in there. But parkcityfilm.org for information on those films. And want to thank the Park City Chamber for their support in helping us make these great film screenings possible again this year on the eastern side of Summit County.
Yeah, absolutely. I love, Katie, that you guys offer opportunities for the entire community to get on out there and enjoy movie screenings. Spirited Away, July 23rd, and Brave, July 25th. As always, visit parkcityfilm.org for all the information. And as always, Katie, thank you so much for joining us and sharing a little bit about these two wonderful stories that you have coming up.
Thanks for having me. Always great to be here. We'll see you.
See you soon, Katie. Thank you so much. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back with more of the show right after this, so stay tuned.
Well, thanks so much for spending your Sunday morning with me. I hope you enjoyed our show over a nice cup of coffee. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot, and thanks for joining Wasatch Weekends.